Oh dear, what have I done? And to say it all started out so well. One of my friends is a scientist at one of the big labs here, and the other day he invited me to come and visit his workplace. I've always wanted to know what goes on in these places, so of course I said yes. So there I was, waiting for him near the lifts, when he texted me. He couldn't make it, he said. Typical. But he said that if I wanted to have a look around, I could go ahead. So I got myself a lab coat. Nearly everyone there wears them. And off I went. So after I'd visited the R&D department and the workshops and the labs and the training facility and the fancy areas where the workers can relax, I wish we had those at school, I took a wrong turn and ended up in the basement. It was a mess. But I could hear the hum of machines and went to investigate. And there I met this funny little man. He introduced himself as Mr. H and asked if I was the scientist who would run the experiment. I've always wanted to be a scientist, so I said yes. And then he asked me if I wanted him to go and stand into the machine. It was a big, round affair. I had no idea what it was for, but of course I couldn't ask him. What harm could it possibly do? I mean, he was a test subject after all. He was supposed to know these things. Sure, in you go.
You are sure? Absolutely sure? Nothing can go wrong, right?
Of course nothing will go wrong. All I have to do is push that big red button here, and you'll be on your way.
But it's red. Doesn't red mean danger?
It's just a color. Look, are you going to go through with this, or are you going to chicken out?
Me? Chicken out? Never.
Great. Let's start then.
What is going on? I feel changed. What has happened to me? What has she done? Why do I believe her when she said she knew what she was doing? I don't recognize this place. What has happened to me? And how? How will I ever get back? I have a bad feeling about this. My brains, they've been scrambled. I have lost my mind.
Well, that went well. Ooh, I can hear someone coming. I'd better leave before...
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, nothing. I was just looking around, but I'm going now.
You haven't touched anything, have you?
Who, me? Oh, no. I know better than to touch any of your equipment, Professor.
Good. It's all still in an experimental stadium and very top secret. You haven't touched that big red button, for example, have you?
Oh, the red button. I hadn't even noticed it.
Oh,
So, what does it do, that big red button?
I cannot elaborate on that.
Oh, okay then. It's not as if I'm being curious or anything. I'll be on my way then.
Wait a second.
Yes?
I guess I could tell you. This is an experimental setup to create alternative universes.
Alternative universes? What exactly does that mean?
I have built it to make travel to other universes outside of Plotagania possible. Purely hypothetically, of course.
Of course. Why, of course?
Well, everybody knows that there is no such thing. The world of Plotagnia is unique in every sense. Who could possibly want to leave it? For what reason? I ask you. Who would have the temerity? Or the stupidity?
Yes, who indeed? But let's assume that somebody did indeed, purely hypothetically of course, wish to travel to such other places. Where would they end up?
Search me. One thing is certain though, it would be a totally different world, or worlds, with different rules. Who knows what it would be like to live in one of them? But that will remain a mystery. None of this equipment is fully functioning. Though I tell them it's nearly ready every time. He. I want to keep my funding. Of course. It has been very nice talking to you, Miss. Ah. What did you say your name was?
The pleasure was all mine, Professor. See you later.
She never did say who she was.
That was a close call. But how do I get him back? Where is he even? Oh, what have I done? I've always been rubbish at science.
That's all, folks. I don't like this animation thing. Good night.